What up? What up? What up? What's good? What's up, people? What's up? We back, people. We back. It's me, El Teddy 27. I'm back for another retro review. This is gonna be our retro review for Noah's Ark Season 1, Episode 4. And the title of this episode is Don't Make Me Over. So, listen, another great episode. You know, I just remember vividly that I felt so cheated and robbed that there were only 8 episodes in this series, each season, each episode only being 30 minutes. So they had to pack so much into the 30 minutes, but they did that in ways that I wish people could today with the writing. And I just always wondered what they would be able to do if they had more episodes, like maybe at least give me a 12 episode season or hour-long episodes. But whatever. We take what we got and we'll wax nostalgic now and travel down memory lane. Down back to 2005 when Noah's Ark Season 1 came out. Alright, so we start off, the boys are at the club. And they're at this club that caters to transgender, the T in the LGBTQ+. And so not only the transgender members of the spectrum, but also to the drag queens. And also to the transgender members and the drag queens and those people who love them. So the entire time they're there for the reason of Alex being able to hand out condoms and condom packets with condoms, lubes, and whatever that goes along with that to people at the club, because we know he owns this HIV clinic. So the entire time, Ricky is in his feelings, still in his head, because he cannot believe that his employee Raphael is falling for Romeo, who's uberly femme, borderline non-binary, and androgynous. And so he's looking at all of these fine masculine men and is like, why do they like trans, you know? And let's get this out of the way now. This was 2005, and I'm going to be very honest. It was recent years, and when I say recent years, maybe about 3 years ago. Yeah, I would say maybe about 3 years ago, 3, maybe 4. I'm going to say at the most 4, but I think it was more closer to 3 years ago when I stopped calling transgender people trannies, transgender women trannies, because it wasn't a taboo word. That was the word that we used back in the day. That's the word they used for themselves. And so you will hear that term in the show, the term tranny, when nowadays if you use that term, it's seen as offensive. But then, back then, it was not an offensive term. So I apologize now that I just used that term a few times, but I will not be using it anymore. But I just wanted to give you history, and because you will hear it in the show. And if you watch the episode, and it was not offensive at that time. I'm not sure when, how, or why it morphed into an offensive term. But it just did. It's like a term, like nowadays you can't use the term retarded. You have to say mentally disabled, mentally handicapped, mentally challenged. But you can't say retarded anymore. And I remember being a young boy when that was the official term. That was, accepted terminology. And now it's seen as offensive. But I'd really like to know, I might have to study up on that, when and how the term tranny, and I'm sorry I had to say that word again, went from being acceptable and commonly used within the spectrum, the LGBTQ plus spectrum, to becoming taboo and offensive. I had to go look that up. If you know, put it in the comment section. Send me a link or something like that. Anyway, so moving on. So Alex is picking at all of the girls' fashions. Every trans woman that passes by, every drag queen that passes by, baby, he's reading them down for their fashions. And so when the host gets up on stage and announces, hey, next week we have an amateur night, and is there anybody here that would like to that would like to sign up for amateur night and come up on stage and perform. And so the guys aren't even paying attention. Alex done raised his hand. The guys are looking at Alex like, wait, what? Meanwhile, while all this is going on, Ricky is asking them, is he a sex addict? Because he doesn't believe that he's a sex addict. Baby, live in your truth, Ricky. I'm a sex addict and I live in my truth. Hello? God. Anyway, and so he's flirting with the security guard that works at the club, trying to see if he can get him some of the security guard. Anyway, the next thing we know, Ricky is not Ricky, Chance. Chance's phone is ringing, but he has to go to the restroom. Chance goes to the restroom, and his phone is ringing. He won't answer the phone. Dude comes out of the stall and says, "You gonna answer that?" And he was like, "No." And so dude just picks up Chance's phone out of his pocket, answers the phone, well, clicks the button to answer it and hands it to Chance and makes Chance answer the phone. And there was some supposedly thugged out dude or whatever, and so forth. Chance answers the phone. It's Eddie. He ain't trying to hear what Eddie got to say. Baby, he hangs up and goes back out into the club. Ricky is walking around the club trying to see who he could scope out, and he sees his employee Raphael. So he asks him why he's there. He said, well, Romeo is doing the outfit for one of his drag queen friends, so that's why I'm here. And he was like, y'all really are an item. What's wrong with me? And he tells him, listen, you're a whole ass whore. You're not trying to date. You're trying to fuck him and leave him. And I'm not here for that. And let me say this. See, Ricky, you gotta know your hoish ways, okay? Nobody likes a one-night stand type person. I'm not gonna say nobody, but it gets tired. Everybody can deal with a FWB, friends with benefits. That we can deal with. Somebody who goes into the stash that you know you can call up every now and again to get a good romp in the hay. We're here for that. But if you're just gonna give me a good old fuck and then I don't hear from you again and don't see you again, I ain't saying we gotta be boyfriends and date, but I at least want to be able to get some again. I mean, come on now. Just saying. But he was like, that's why I can't get into you, because I'm not into your type. I need somebody who's gonna date. I need some. And he was like, I do date. He looked at him like, no, you don't. Anyway, back over there with the guys. Dude from the restroom came over and gave Chance his phone because Chance had left his phone. And so dude hands over his card with his number on there to Chance. And the card says T-Money because I guess that's his name, T-Money. And so Chance gets all of his feelings and is like, why do guys go for thugged out boys like this? Then they talk about all of the psychological reasons why black gay men go for thugs and so forth. Anyway, they leave the club and they're on their way home. So Chance says that, Eddie explained to him that he cheated because he has this thug fetish and that he felt like Chance wouldn't be able to, meet that need. And so we then find out from Noah that Noah's supposed to be going with him to going over to Wade's house to watch football the next day. And everybody looking at Noah like, what? And he was like, yeah, because, Wade wanted to hang out with his friends, but the compromise was it would just be me and him, but at least I would watch football with him. And so they were like, because Wade don't know nothing about no football. Now, I just wish, the only thing that I wish they would have had was, I wish they would have had like one of the characters that was into sports. Because I'm a gay man. I love my menses. But I also love sports. I love sports. I love watching sports. I love playing sports. So I would have loved for them to have at least one character in the show that was gay and into sport. I mean, I guess Wade is that character. I guess, whatever. Anyway, Alex asked the guys, not Alex, Ricky asked the guys, is he addicted to sex? And they all look at him like, yeah. Anyway, moving on. At Wade's house, while they're watching football, Noah says he wants to meet Wade's friends. And Wade is like, I don't know. And so Noah pushes the issue and forces this on Wade. And I wrote down that that's a recipe for disaster. This is a classic mistake because you don't want to force somebody to do something that they may not be ready to do. That always ends up having disastrous results. Always. That's never a good thing. Just like you can't force somebody to come out of the closet. Even when you're in a relationship, you can't force your partner to do something like, oh, I want to meet your parents, I want to meet your parents, I want to meet your parents, and force your way into it because it may not be time yet. And even in this situation with Wade's friends, he's just not ready to introduce that side of him to his friends. And you have to respect that. Now, I understand that Noah has not been in a relationship, and so maybe that's why he doesn't know some of these fatal flaws, but I still see some of these fatal flaws in people who have been in relationships before. But whatever. Ricky goes on a date with the security guy from the club, okay? He ends up hooking up with, he sees some waiter that he's into, gives him the eye, goes into the bathroom, busts the boy down in the bathroom, while security guy is waiting. Because I forgot to tell you, when they were on their way home, security guy ran up to Ricky and said, oh, you ready to go and do this? Because they were supposed to you know, go have sex. And Ricky was like, nah, not tonight, how about we go on a date? So security guy was down for it. He was like, okay, yeah, I'm here for this. Child, they go on this date, and Ricky don't know what to do on no damn date. And he went in that bathroom and, you know, had sex. Child, a mess. A damn mess. At Noah's house, Wade comes to pick him up. And Noah got on this real flamboyant outfit. Wade looked in that closet and saw one of his old jerseys that he had left over there. Hey, boo, why don't you wear this? And why don't you take that little headband off and, you know, wear your hair just with your natural fro? Because you can tell Wade is not comfortable yet bringing him around his friends. Hell, Wade is not comfortable with his own sexuality yet around his friends. And now you want, you know, to throw him in the deep end and have you come in there around his friends. And it's a recipe for disaster. You can't force certain things on people. You got to let it get to that point. So anyway, they go over to the sports bar and Noah is dressed a lot more masculine. And we meet Guy and Victor. Now keep a bookmark in Guy, because y'all know in season 2 we're going to see a lot more Guy. But Victor is none other than John Sally, the NBA player, former NBA player John Sally, and he owns the sports bar. I wrote down Big Titty Tina because Big Titty Tina is one of the waitresses, and that's the waitress that Wade usually flirts with. And the guys talk about that. Anyway, Noah orders an apple martini. And you can tell there is some dissonance in the room. Not really dissonance, but there is, it's just uncomfortable in the room for Noah, for the guys, for Wade, for everybody involved. So when Noah orders this apple martini, everybody kind of looks at him like, what? At a sports bar? And so Wade was like, well, give me an apple martini too. And everybody's looking at them two like, Anyway, then we back down to the date with Ricky and security guard. Now, Wade comes back, not Wade, Ricky comes back from the damn bathroom, busting down the waiter. He sits there and says, check please. Waiter come over and is flirting with him openly in front of the dude. Security dude had the hat. He was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I see you really not a dating type. I'm out of here. And punches it. Down to Noah's house the next day, Wade knocks on the door. Noah trying to act all thugged out and stuff. And like, what's up, dog? We supposed to be homeboys. And Wade was like, okay, that's cute. I know what you're trying to do. Because they were supposed to go to some party. Noah goes off on him and says, this is what you wanted, right? Because you didn't want a boyfriend. You wanted somebody who's going to be your homeboy. Your thug. And he was like, wait, it's not even like that. He was like, well, maybe you want Big Titty Tina to go with you. And Wade was like, and so Noah says something that I don't even think registered to him. He said to Wade, I spent my whole life getting comfortable in my own skin. And I'm not about to change that for you or nobody, something like that. And so he says, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. And so Wade says, And Wade goes to the door. He was like, "What you doing?" "I'm leaving it." And he left him there. But the point that I wanted to make is, Noah, you just said it took you a lifetime to get comfortable in your skin, but you want Noah, you said it took you a lifetime to get comfortable in your skin, but you want Wade to be magically comfortable in just a couple weeks of being with you. He's not there yet, and you can't force that on him. And so that just bothered me so much about Noah. Just bothered me. He wanted Wade to just pop up and be just right in the deep end, and that's not. You never took him through this shallow end. Even though I know when you learn how to swim, sometimes that's how they first start you off. They throw you in the deep end of the water and let you drown for a little bit. Then they take you out and then they show you how to swim for real. But still. And I got off topic. Anyway. We then see Noah goes over to Alex's house to talk about what just happened. And Alex was like, listen, you're going to have to let him work this out in his own time. Alex is over there practicing, putting on his makeup for this amateur drag show he finna do. Next thing you know, he hears the car pull up, and he's like, oh shit, that's Trey. And he was like, I don't want Trey to see me like this. So he run in the bathroom. Because he done sprayed glitter on Noah's face. But anyway, so Noah's in the room, and Trey comes in there while Alex is in the bathroom. And he was like, what's going on? Noah's like, nothing. He was like, Trey was like, is that glitter on your face? He was like, yeah, new look. Anyway, Alex done wiped all the makeup off. And Trey said something to Noah when he saw the glitter. He said, you know, as a man, I just thought, you know, the good thing about being a man is we never have to worry about putting on all that stuff. Alluding to he ain't really here for all of the makeup and stuff. So then we get to the club for the amateur night. Baby, we backstage. Alex is freaking out. Freaking all the way out. He done told Trey all about him doing drag. And Trey ain't have no reaction. None at all. So he don't know if Trey is mad, happy, in between. Noah asks Alex if Trey is coming to the show. And Trey said, Alex said, I don't know. And he starts screaming and yelling and waving the wig around, wiping the mirror and stuff like that. And having a whole meltdown. By the way, Alex, paint, honey, that mug was sickening, bitch. Bitch, you did that. Bitch, that bitch was painted to the gods, honey. That paint was sickening, honey. Anyway, so they all outside of the dressing room. The three boys outside the dressing room trying to get Alex to come out. So Noah tells Ricky what to say. So Ricky yells in there and says, go in, bitch, let have. And for a lot of people, that was the first time they had heard that term, let have. You hear people say that term a lot, but this is 15 years ago when a lot of people had never heard the term, go in, bitch, let have. And so I just wanted to highlight that. You know, there's certain things that come out in episodes that I like to highlight. Then we have the performance on stage. Now, the boys all got in drag. All four of them are in drag. Noah, Ricky, and Chance are the background dancers, and Alex is the performer. Now, listen, let me tell you something. I talked to a lot of people who watched this show when it first came out, and a lot of them admitted that that was the first time they had ever seen a drag show. A lot of straight people who watched the show said they had never seen a drag show. This was their first introduction to a drag show. And it just baffled my mind. I was like, really, you never seen a drag show? But that was 2005. So a lot of people at that point had never seen one at that time. And so this was their introduction to it. And it was a great performance. Phenomenal performance, okay? I'm trying to think. Was Drag Race out then? Y'all put in the comment section, because I don't know if Drag Race was out then. I think it was. I think the first year of Drag Race was before this. But a lot of people wasn't watching Drag Race back then. Anyway. Chance gets home. Oh, I forgot to mention. Ricky done found him some thugged out boy who's into the makeup and drag queen stuff like that. And child, he gonna take that boy home. Anyway, Chance goes home to talk to Eddie. Baby, nothing is resolved. Baby, they argue. Oh, no, excuse me, they don't argue. They argue. And Chance storms out of there. Noah is walking home. Noah gets to his to the steps of his house, and Wade is sitting on the steps waiting for him. And you know, they have a whole moment where, you know, they get things back together and get things back in order. And then, you know, between the two of them, and then Wade takes him to the sports bar again to hang with his two friends, Guy and Victor. And this time he comes in holding Noah's hand, just to let the guys know, yeah, this is my boy, this is my boo, you know, y'all like. And the guys say, no, we cool with it, you know how you do your thing, and we're here for it. And that was the whole episode. I hope I wasn't too long on this review. I feel like I was long on this review, but I don't know, because the episode is so good, and each episode gets subsequently better and better. Every round goes higher and higher and higher. And it's so good. Anyway, I hope y'all are enjoying these retro reviews. That's all I got for y'all this episode. Until next review tomorrow. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.